let's take a look at some websites that can help you support the folks in Wisconsin who are defending the rights of middle-class families to bargain and organize within a union. The first site is a petition you can sign which supports the state senators who have left the state in order to block the Republican bill. I was impressed by the fact that this is the 5th goal for this petition. Last week when I signed it, they had about 20,000 signatures, and they're now up to 159. Another way to show your support is to make a donation. This fund goes toward cleaning up the Capitol by paying janitors, and it provides food and coffee for those folks who are protesting. It's sponsored by the Teaching Assistants Association, and I think it's money well spent. Now let's take a look at what you can do on Facebook. Here we have a website that is coordinating houses where people can stay as they come into Madison to protest. As I made this video 6 hours ago, someone was posting an opportunity to have a guest room in a house where someone could stay while they're here. This type of connectivity where just an average person can say, hey, I support your cause and you can stay at my house, is truly powerful. It's one of the best uses of the internet and Facebook that I've seen. Now here's another way to use Facebook that will, I hope, inspire and maybe cause you to chuckle a bit. This is a website, Ian's Pizza, that is taking orders for pizzas that have gone in to the protesters, and they have a chalkboard at the pizza store, and they're keeping track of who's placed orders. I find it amazing that folks in Korea, Egypt, Australia, Turkey can connect to this page and place an order, and as you scroll down you'll see that they also have all the states within the United States. So this is a heartwarming website to visit if for no other reason than to see how much Facebook and the web and pizza can draw us together in supporting these folks in Wisconsin. Next, we visit a website that is gathering momentum to recall the Republican state senators who are supporting this bill. As a resident of California, where we recalled Governor Davis, I send out my support to the folks in Wisconsin and hope that they succeed in recalling some of these senators. Now let's visit the Wisconsin Educational Association Council. This website has gathered a variety of resources. They have videos, links to articles, a toolkit to help you communicate to your local congressman, write a letter to the editor, wear a button. This website is kind of a one-stop shopping for a variety of resources for folks who want to make a difference. Here are 3 useful tools I accessed through this site. At this web page, they have sample letters to the editor. Now I know writing a letter to the editor seems a little scary, but it's a lot easier if you have a base to work from. So they have several samples you can use. And then they have listed the local TV and newspaper stations. However, I want to mention, I live in California, and my local newspaper has had 2 letters to the editor about this subject. So I believe no matter where you live, you could use these letters as a sample to write your own letter of support. The website also contains a Word file that you can download to your local computer, and here you'll find suggested comments you can post at websites. Go to CBS, NPR, PBS, and when you see an article about Wisconsin, copy and paste one of these into a comment that you submit. It's quick, it's easy, and it makes a difference. The last page from this website is a toolkit. You can click on these icons and print out this delightful button and then wear it to show your support for the protesters. They also have a flyer you can print out and a sample letter to local business organizations. Now, I want to warn you, when you click on these, you may not think anything's happened. That's because it's downloading a PDF, so you may need to access the window menu, select download, and then you'll see that the file's loaded onto your computer. Now let's turn to pictures. Some people are swayed by letters to the editor or comments on a website, but for others, the most critical thing is to see a photo. So here's a website I recommend you visit that has several signs from the protests. Here's one sign that wasn't included at that website, but I think needs to be shared. This sign to me says that workers and families everywhere need to stand up to their rights, and I'm also very encouraged that there's a young man in Egypt who can hold up this sign now, because a month ago that wouldn't have been possible. Another way to take action is something as simple as email. At the What is Working website, I have a collection of email addresses for the reporters at the major networks. Now, a few days ago, a blog I'm on started talking about the fact that Meet the Press and Face the Nation were not going to have union leaders on the shows. They were just interviewing folks from the Republican side. So I wrote to Face the Nation and Meet the Press. One paragraph. Please include union spokespeople on your show in order to be fair. It wasn't necessarily clever or well written. It was short, sweet, and to the point. And the good news is that I received this note from Betsy Fisher at Meet the Press. Someone from the AFL-CIO will be there. Good for you, Meet the Press, and shame on you, Face the Nation. The point of this is to show you that something as simple as sending an email can have a tremendous impact on the networks. And now let's go to the last website. This website by moveon.org allows me to enter a zip code, and then I'm going to be told where there's a rally in my community. Now, the rally that's coming up is this Saturday, February 26th, but check back here often because this could go on for a while and the rallies will continue. So here I find out that in the San Francisco City Hall, I'll be able to march. And so, believe it or not, tomorrow my husband and I are getting in the car and driving to San Francisco. Now, I hate to go to San Francisco. The traffic makes me nervous, and it always seems crowded, but this is important. So we're getting in the car and driving over. I'm not sure what kind of sign I'm going to carry yet, but these two are looking pretty good, and I like this one too. The title of this blog posting talks about websites and supporting folks in Wisconsin, but I guess my final message would be that sometimes, even though you start out at a website, you end up in the car on the way to the city. Regardless of what actions you take, Facebook, email, signing a petition, or writing a letter to the editor, the web can help you organize, support each other, and prevail.